Yo, what is up, my Porkchops, and welcome back to another episode on the Affinity server with myself, Super. Of course, who else? Who else is going to be recording videos on my channel? That would be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's been a couple of days since an episode's been out. Not a couple of days, just a single day went by with no videos. And I think I'm going to not take a break, but take a break as in upload every 2 days. Every day was getting kinda getting a little bit hard for me. But yeah, that doesn't mean to say that I'm not going to bring out a new series that will fill in the second day, every second day where this should have been. Because it's getting a bit repetitive. I know that I'll probably lose a lot of viewers through doing that every single day. So yeah, we're gonna slow off a little bit. But yeah, let me just take a drink. But yeah, so last episode I put this off building this because our delivery from the Old Drew flower shop, or the florist, had not arrived. But finally, thank you for showing me Old Drew's florist, we have had a delivery. So there it is. That's pretty nice. They didn't have 32 pods, so they gave me that, but they gave me 8 more cobweb and a little gold block, which was pretty nice. So yeah, that means we can get working on here. I also said that it was pretty convenient because I just wasn't feeling so great last episode. Still, it's probably going to be hard to talk about this episode even, but I'm going to struggle through it. I did say I had a pretty sad story for you guys, and I'm going to try explain that this episode. You know what? Let's get set up and work whilst we're talking here, not to waste much time. So yeah, I have something pretty sad to talk about this episode, or at least sad for me anyway. And that, let's just jump straight to it, I guess, is actually my dog. This might sound really dumb, but I'm sure that you guys that do have dogs can appreciate this and understand how hard it is and stuff. But yeah, my dog, he actually had to be put down just a couple of days ago. Not a couple of days ago. What day is it? So it's the 15th. He was put down on the 11th, put to sleep. So that means it would have been 4 days ago from when I'm recording this. And today's Friday, so it was like Monday or something. Yeah, it was Monday. But yeah, so that's why I just wasn't feeling so great. Still am really. It's just that it's just weird. It's not really sunk in yet that he's gone. I mean, we actually got him. He was called Sam. I've spoke about him a couple of times in my episodes. It's not something I usually talk about, but I have spoken a little bit about him before. And we had him for 14 years, so that's basically since I was like, well, if I'm 18 now, well, I've had him for 14 years. I was 5. Well, I was 4, just turning 5, because I remember I was just about to start primary school when we got him. First ever, like, school. So we got him back in 2000. And he was about 1 at that time, so yeah, when we got him. But yeah, so basically what happened with him was, I'm trying to think what I'm doing here. I'm kind of improvising. I had actually built this off camera as well, but this is a different size from what I originally built on the creative world, so I'm trying to improvise. So yeah, that's been pretty hard for me, I guess. It's like pretty much the only thing I think about since it's happened. It's like, and you know the weird thing as well, it feels as though like even doing this right now just feels so wrong because I'm enjoying myself. Like it feels as though I shouldn't be enjoying myself because I should just be grieving, but at the same time I know that that's obviously, I doubt that's what my dog would have wanted, for it to see us upset or whatever, but it's just you're going to be upset about that sort of thing, aren't you? It is difficult. But yeah, so basically what was wrong with him, I was saying. Oh, you know what? I've messed up, I think. Oh, dang it. Please. Oh, god dang it. We're gonna have to fill in the other side of this. And the other side of this. So what was wrong with him? He was actually... So we went on holiday about 2 weeks ago it was. We went to Spain, me, myself and my family. And I've not really spoke about that either, but yeah, we went to Spain for a week. And it was good, we went, had a good time. But when we came back, we kind of noticed that obviously Sam, he was in a kennel for a week or 10 days, however long we went away for. He was in the kennels. So we came back and he was acting a little bit strange, like, but we just kind of put it down to, like, every time he comes back from the kennels, he's always just really tired and stuff, just because he's been out running around and stuff. So we just kind of, we put it down to that he was probably just a little bit tired. But that didn't really change much, like, he didn't not be tired after that, like, he was just always tired after that. But as we just put it down to him being old, maybe. So we just kind of dismissed it and thought, oh yeah, he's an old dog. He's gonna be tired. He's not gonna be as playful as he once was. So we put it down to that kind of. Then after a couple of weeks, on it would have been the Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. It was actually my little sister who went downstairs to get a drink of water or something. It was like the middle of the night, and when she was down, she noticed Sam was kind of, I don't know, he was like, um, I don't know how to describe. He was like just standing over his bed and stuff. He wasn't lying down, and he was up walking around and stuff. And that wasn't really like him to be like up during the middle of the night. So my wee sister went in. She had a look to see what was up, and he just wasn't like responding to her or anything. Like, he was okay, he was walking about and stuff, but he just wasn't really like responding or anything when she was trying to get him. It was almost as though like he thought he was in trouble. That's what it was like he couldn't look at us or anything. And then she called me down. She brought me downstairs and was like, something's up with Sam. So I of course went down, and I just was kind of like, oh, he's getting old. Just leave him just now. He'll be fine. And she was pretty determined that someone was up with him, so she took him upstairs into her room in his bed, and he slept in her room for that night. Then the next day, my dad, he he had a little look, not a look I guess, but he was like he noticed it as well, what my little sister was noticing. He noticed it the next morning with Sam, and he was just like, he asked me to just keep an eye on him throughout the day because I wasn't at work obviously. So he said just keep an eye on him, see how he's doing and all that. So I was going down checking on him every hour, every half hour, just making sure he was alright, just giving him a pet and stuff. Um, so it kind of, do you know, that day kind of like livened up a little bit. Not livened up, but he seemed a little bit better because he got like a rest. He was sleeping most of the day, and then when it came to like him getting his dinner, he was like jumping up and stuff. So we kind of thought, oh yeah, he's a bit better now. So we kind of stopped worrying a little bit. But then that night, later on, that night, he was acting a little bit weird again. So obviously we were just like, right, something's up. And my dad actually, he phoned up the vets, the 24-hour vet. So it wasn't his own vet that he's used to. It was just a different one to go to, for like emergencies, I guess. We phoned that up, and it was costing quite a lot, so we were actually just going to consider leaving it until the morning and seeing. So we came off the phone. We thought, we'll wait, we'll see how he does tomorrow. He doesn't seem as though it's emergency, so we'll wait, and we'll take him tomorrow morning. But then about half an hour later, I came back upstairs, and about half an hour later, my dad just said that he was going to decide he decided to take him to the vets. Start knocking in this roof whilst we're talking here. He just decided that he's going to take him because something was definitely up with him, so he chose to do that. And about half an hour, 40 minutes later, my mum, she came upstairs. She was actually crying, and she just came off the phone to my dad, and my dad had basically been told that Sam was going to have to get put down. So she came upstairs. She was crying. She had to tell us basically what was happening. At first, I was just kind of like, I didn't even know how to react. I was just like, so many thoughts going through my head. I was just like, it just didn't really sink in properly. So I wasn't like crying or anything. I was just in absolute shock. Like, just like, I don't even know how to describe it. So she asked us if we wanted to go see him. Now would be the time that my dad was driving home to pick us up, so that we could go see him for the last time before he was put to sleep. So so we went. I decided I had to go. It was like, for him, you know, it's for him. I had to go see him before. Would be the last time. It was only fair. So I went, and we seen him for about 10 minutes. It was just like silence, honestly. It was like, it was so weird. It just felt so weird being in the car for like 20 minutes to the vet, and it was just so quiet and stuff. No one was talking. And we got there, and we were shown through to where Sam actually was. He was lying on, like, you know, the table that they have at the vets. He was lying on that. And he he was just like lying down. He had a blanket over him and stuff. We took a blanket for him as well, so he was just under that. And let me just work out what I'm doing here as well. It's difficult trying to talk and work, man. So yeah, he had like a blanket over him, and we just basically sat, and like, we were petting him and stuff, and we knew it was happening. Do you know, it was so weird. It was almost as if he knew it was happening as well. Like, and you know, as I say, I didn't really, I wasn't crying before when I first found out, and then I got there and see it was when I seen him. I was just like, biggest lump in my throat ever. It was just so, just seeing him, his eyes were like all watery. That's what I'm like, as if it was as if he knew as well. His eyes were all watery. Not that that means like he was crying as well, but it was just weird. He wasn't really like a dog to have watery eyes, if that makes any sense. Had like really watery eyes, and you know that way where like dogs have both legs. I'm like doing this in real life right now to show you. Dogs have like two legs lying out in front of them when they're lying down. He was like that, and then he just kind of like sighed and put his head down on his legs. It was just like as though he'd kind of given up and he knew it was coming. It was just like he knew it was his time, which was just, that was probably, that's the one thing that I can just remember from that. That's like all I keep thinking about is just him doing that, which was just absolutely horrible to see. But yeah, so yeah, he was doing that. Um, and then we were told we could stay in the room or we could leave, and that's when I decided that I would actually have to go out the room, because I didn't want to see him like that, you know. I didn't want to see him like that as my last memory of him. I think that just would have made things worse for me. Like, I like having the good memories to have like that. So yeah, I actually chose to leave. My dad, he said that he would stay, and then my mum decided she wanted to stay as well, which was only fair, I suppose. If no one was going to stay with him, I probably would have stayed as well, because it's just unfair for his last moments just to be on his own and stuff, you know. So we stayed. I'm trying to think what I'm doing here. Give me a sec, and I'll keep talking in a second. Trying to rack my brain to think what I'm doing. First of all, we need this. It's looking pretty good so far though. As I said, this isn't exactly how I had it on the other world, but this is a smaller space as well, so it'll have to do, I guess. Okay, time to start ripping all this out. So they stayed in with him, and I went out into the sort of little waiting room, and jeez, I just absolutely burst out in tears. Like, I've not cried in ages, and that was just like, I was just crying so much. Like, sounds dumb, like, oh yeah, you're crying stuff, but honestly, it's so, seeing him like that, and then knowing that I'm never going to see him again was just the hardest thing ever. So, I was crying. That's actually the only time I've cried since he's been gone, but that doesn't mean I haven't been like sad. I've been absolutely devastated. As I say, that's all I can think about, literally. All I can think about. Oh, we're gonna keep that. Literally all I can think about. So, yeah, I just went out and I was sat in the waiting room. My little sister, she chose to come out as well, so we were both sat there. Both just tears just coming out our eyes. I guess that's what happens when you cry. Um. So yeah, that's how it happened. The reason why as well, we were actually given the offer to we were told we could keep him alive. Um. But then after that, we were told that it would mean a lot of money on putting him through treatment. And also not just the money aspect, but putting him through treatment in his last couple of, we were told if we were to do that, he would only stay alive for most likely like 3 months, 2 months. So for his last 3 months to just be in and out, constant treatment would just wouldn't be the best thing for him with it. And he'd be in pain for his last remainder of his life. So we just decided, you know what, it's time not to be selfish. This is probably one of the final things we can actually give to Sam is, it sounds stupid, but taking away his life, he's not gonna be in pain. It's gonna be a painless death, all that. So that's why we chose to do that. This is so weird to talk about. It's just, do you know, it's still not really even sunk in properly yet that he's even gone. It just feels so strange that he's even gone because I'm just so used to him being here. Just so used to having my little dog. You know what, let's fill that back up. Yeah, I'm just so used to having my little dog here with us. So it's pretty weird. It just feels as though he's gonna like walk on back out his little room, his bed, and just we'll see him again. Like every noise I hear that he used to make, like even just moving around, yawning, everything, it just feels as though I can hear it all the time, as though it's him. It's just weird. But yeah, so that's what happened. And that's pretty much why I've like lost a lot of motivation to record recently. As I say, it feels wrong when I'm like enjoying myself. It feels as though I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be having a good time. I should be really upset about it all the time. So, um, but yeah, as I say, it can't be like that. You've got to get better. So it's not that I'm trying to forget it. I'll never forget it, obviously, but it's not something I want to think about all the time. So yeah, that's that really. Don't know much else to say really about that, but yeah, he was he was an amazing dog. He was a bit of a pain at sometimes, but he was a good dog. Oh, we're stuck. So yeah, do you know what, guys? I'm actually gonna not stop recording, but stop recording for a little second here. Try work out what I'm doing, and I'll be back as soon as I have worked stuff out. So yeah, be right back. And put this there here. Alright, so we're back. As you can see, I've changed it up a little bit. I'm not actually completely finished, but I want to wrap this episode up here, guys. It's going on a little bit too long, and I'm actually just about to leave the house, and I really need this episode up tonight. So, yeah, I'm going to add what I've still to add. Red carpet I'm going to add here. Got to pretty up the place a little bit, add what I'm selling, put trap chests in between these ones. Just a couple of different stuff I've got to do still. So, oh yeah, and pretty up this place a little bit. So yeah, next episode this will be finished for us beginning. I'll show you the start. But one thing I do need to do quickly before we finish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is head on over. Give me my chicken. Head on over to the betting place. What's it called? The betting shop. The betting shop. That's what you would call it, right? The bookies. So we'll come on over here. It's called New Odds Today. Okay, put your bets down in your own chest. Yes, I have seen the spelling mistake. Haha, let's all laugh. Appreciate if you record. So, this was made by Retro B, as you can see, signed by Retro B. And basically, he's doing odds for UHC, and you can bet. You can bet on who's going to win. Wait, I'll show you. Let's read it. So we are coming close to the next UHC, and I have decided, that's the spelling mistake I guess, to do some odds this time round to spice it up. So on the next couple of pages are the odds of people to win the UHC. These odds have been calculated from previous UHC games, so no need to take offence. Also, the maximum amount of diamonds that you can bet is 5, because I'm not made of diamonds. Teehee. Have fun betting and let the best man win, which will be me. Also, if you happen to bet on a player that doesn't take part in the UHC, your money will be refunded. GG. Odds. Right, so here's the odds. So, Chris to win, you get 3 diamonds for every 2 that you bet. And then basically it's the same down, like 4 for everyone, 4 for everyone, 2 for everyone, so on and so forth. Now, person with the best odds is Chaos, but we don't even know if he's going to play. Then it's Gito, who has 7 to 1. We don't know if he's going to play either. So, no, Gito is definitely playing, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put my bet on that. And then special bets, page turnover. T to die to a mob, I don't think T's actually playing now. An Aussie to win, that's a pretty good one. Moose to be creeper bombed. Old to find jungle temple. Edge having to go. Ghetto killed by family. New guy out first. Or retro damaged by cactus. Anything in UHC done with intent to win a bet will be disqualified, except from winning, of course. Happy UHC, Retro, love. Aw, love you too, Retro. But yeah, I actually know what we're going to bet on here today. First of all, we're going to bet on a new guy out first. I'd say the odds of that are pretty high because there's 4 new guys, I believe. Don't know if they're all participating, but including myself, there's 4 new guys. And I see the odds for that being pretty high, actually. So, so for every 2 we put in, no, for every 1 we put in, we get 2 diamonds back. Believe that's how it works, yeah. So basically you're going to double if you win. So what we're going to do is, now, I'm not too sure, did I take a book out here? Huh. Okay, give me a second, we're going to have to get a book. Alright, so we've got a book, and to save some time I've written out what I want to bet on. So, for the new guy to die first, we've put 2 diamonds down. Hopefully the new guy is not me. Lamdrew to win, 2 diamonds. So for those 2 diamonds we get 1 back. We get 2 back for every 1 betted, so we would get 4 back in that instance. Retro to win. Now the odds for Retro to win is 4 to 1, so for every 1 we put in we get 4 back, so in return we would get 4 diamonds if Retro was to win. Now I hope this is okay to bet on 2 guys to win. I mean, if Lamdrew loses, I lose them 2 diamonds. If Retro loses, I lose that 1 diamond. Either way, if one of them win, I'm gonna get the wins, I guess. That should be okay, because there's like 14 guys, 15 guys playing, so I guess that'll be okay to do that. I mean, what are the chances out of the two guys to come to last? But yeah, Landro seems pretty confident this UHC, so we'll see. That's why I've put a little bet down on him. I think he might have a little trick up his sleeve. UHC bets. Sign and close. Now just to put it into our box. I wonder if anyone's betted on me as well. Oh, I accidentally put... Oh crap. Didn't mean that. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. One sec, we'll put it on silent. Silent, and that's my friend who's actually asking me to go out. So that signals the end of the episode, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. It's a pretty sad one, but yeah. Next time we'll see that other place finished, the fishing store, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching my pork chops. See ya.